strange today, doing the intro without my right-hand man, but that's totally down to me. Just a bit of an admin error in getting us together at the right time, and then Phil's gone away for the weekend. So, just a quick intro, just to give you a little bit of context on the video you're about to see. We're always trying to think of ideas that are going to help more people reach their health and fitness goals. So, an idea we had is, how about finding somebody who a lot of people can relate to, who maybe struggled to hit the goals in terms of fitness, health, weight. So that's what we've done. We've found a person who can relate to a lot of people out there, just a young girl, mother, who's struggling to hit those goals for whatever reason. She can't stick to a diet, she's never enjoyed the gym, has various issues with why she doesn't use the gym that other people will also relate to, and what we've done is interview her. We've also used this to give her some advice, which we're then going to hopefully re-interview her and make it into a bit of a diary as such, so we can see if we can help her out, and hopefully by doing that and allowing you to be involved in that journey, it might help somebody out there as well, just to hear the struggles of this person, and you might relate to it, and then some of the advice we can offer back might help you as well. So hope you enjoy the interview. We will be continuing with it maybe in 4 weeks, and then again just to see how she's getting on. And enjoy, and Phil will be back with me with the intro next week. So any comments, any questions, remember to put them down below, and remember to like the video and subscribe. Okay guys, enjoy. So, okay guys, we're here with Minnie. This is Minnie here.
Hello.
So we're doing, as we said before, a bit of an interview, going through some stuff with Minnie about her current sort of nutrition, her current exercise, well, current life really. So you're 22, aren't you, Minnie?
Yeah.
So me and Phil, obviously between us, are gonna, there's Phil, yeah, don't forget about Phil. We're gonna ask a few questions just about her, obviously, current situation, and then hopefully give some advice and help. But what we're hoping is, Minnie's a bit like a lot of you guys out there, about the same age, about the same situation, so what she's experiencing might help everybody out there. That's the hope, isn't it? So yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. So I suppose the first thing is really, if you don't mind just letting us know where you're at the moment in terms of what, you know, were you always into training and exercise? Have you ever been into it? Do you absolutely hate it?
what are you after?
Yeah.
Like the ultimate, what is your goal at the end of the day?
I want to lose weight because I get married on the 1st of August.
Oh,
Right.
that's a big
That's
one.
a big one.
That's a big one. Brides are the best. They're very motivated.
But going into a gym for me, because I have anxiety, is like a big no. Unless I'm with people I know and it's not overcrowded or like...
You got to feel comfortable.
Yeah,
haven't
yeah, and like I don't like really large treadmill,
Okay.
as we know.
you? Who does?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the problem. That a lot of people feel like that's what people have to do in the gym when it really isn't. You know, but that's the impression you get, isn't it? So is that something that stopped you ever? Have you ever been a member of a gym? Has it stopped you?
Never.
Yeah.
Never. When I was like younger and stuff, I used to do like dancing and like horse riding and stuff.
So you've always been quite active as a youngster, yeah.
And then I got into a teenager and it were no.
What happened when you became a teenager? Started going out, started drinking maybe, found a fella, yeah.
What about teenagers here?
Well, you know, it's like
Not
these days.
18-year-olds, chuffing out.
You're telling me you waited till you're 18 before you had a drink?
I started waiting till I was 18 before I started going out all the time, yeah?
I'm 14.
I
Fair
You
enough.
just said that on camera anyway. No, but true. So
We
yeah,
don't condone underage drinking.
No, we really
way.
don't. So you were at school. You were fairly into active stuff, and then as a
Yeah.
teenager, it just sort of all went to.
Paul, yeah.
But now you're thinking weddings
When's coming
looming.
up, I want to lose a bit of weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, do you have an idea of like how much you'd like to lose, or?
So I'm currently at like 13 stone.
Right.
So my goal weight would be about 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I know it's not gonna like come overnight, so I do need to work for it. But yeah, I would like to get to 11. Not even by the wedding. As long as I lost like a stone before the wedding, I'd be really happy.
When's the wedding?
1st of August.
First of
You've
all,
got a while.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
I've got a
too
while.
bad. That's fairly realistic,
How
isn't
many
it?
weeks is that? Like end, say what, middle of
What we know.
February.
So we've got
March,
May, June,
April,
July.
May, June, July.
Yeah, you've got
4,
lots.
8, 12, 16, 20. Probably about 24 weeks.
Yeah.
See,
It's
not,
plenty
you know
of time.
what? A lot of people come to us with a lot more last minute goals than that.
Yeah.
Getting married next week, what can you do? You know. So you've got plenty of time. So just sort of give us a bit of if you can, a bit of a snapshot or an idea of where you're at eating. As you're eating, would you consider yourself healthy? Would you consider yourself your diet to be completely shocking? Where would you place yourself?
I literally had 2 cream eggs before you came.
That's today's diet then.
No, I'm not as bad. Like, I've stopped drinking like full fat Coke. I'm going back onto my diet, so I just drink water. I've got a bottle, like you know, like on Love Island or something. Like, I drink like a full one of them every day, cause like Coke for me, it's just a no.
Yeah.
No, I love it, but I can't. It's so bad.
Yeah.
But like, I eat like Slimming World meals if I go to my mum's. But like these past few weeks, since Christmas, I've been really, really bad.
Have you?
Really bad.
I think that's common for a lot of people, especially after Christmas, because everyone falls out of whatever their normal routine is over Christmas.
So true.
It makes it tougher to sort of get back into a routine.
Yeah.
But it's interesting, like what you said there about like you mentioned about like eating the cream eggs and like not everything's bad though.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like if as soon as you go away from seeing food as either good or bad, it makes dieting a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah.
Because you don't necessarily have like the guilt with that you feel when you consume certain foods.
Yeah.
Which that tends to be like why a lot of people sort of fall off the wagon, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like I've had 2 cream eggs. Diet's ruined. Screw it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? One analogy I use a lot with clients is like, so do you drive?
Yeah.
Right. So if you went out and driving along and you catch your wing mirror on a bin on way past and it's a bit damaged.
Yeah.
Would you then drive your car into a wall?
No.
Right.
Because it's not broken.
Right.
Yeah.
You see how that can apply to your
Yeah,
diet
they
as
just
well?
said it perfect.
Like your nutrition, like one cream egg is not.
The
It might not be perfect within your regime or whatever it is, but it's not the end of the world. There's no reason then to go and like completely total
the whole thing.
the
Yeah.
whole thing.
It's very true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
I always like to look at things in like terms of cars. Car analogies are fantastic.
It's right though. It's right. I mean, up to you mentioned about Slimming World meals, and so up to Christmas, have you followed any diets? Any of the classic diets? Is that the main one? Did that work for you?
Before I had Mason, I joined.
How old's Mason?
It'll be 2 in July.
Right.
Okay.
And I was so stuck on it, like I was doing it, and I'd lost about maybe just over a stone on it.
Okay.
Right.
Then I got pregnant, so then I thought, there's no real point. I'm not supposed to lose weight when I'm pregnant. I'm supposed to just be healthy. So I stopped going.
Right.
Yeah.
And then when Mason were here, I just couldn't be bothered.
No.
I went for 2 weeks, and then I just stopped.
Well, your focus has changed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You're thinking about this little thing, not about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Have you tried any other like nutrition approaches in the past other than Slimming World?
I tried that Slim Fast, you know, like the protein
shakes,
shakes.
right.
Yeah.
Fashionable at one point, wasn't
Yeah, and I think because you supplement a meal for one of them shakes, don't you? But it made me feel really poorly, like I didn't feel like full or.
At one time, they came very popular, didn't they? The shake, the meal replacement shakes. We've talked about it. They were all doing it with Lighter Life and all this. But I just think, there's nothing can substitute for decent eating, is there? One shake, it certainly won't satisfy it works for a lot of people, doesn't it? It won't satisfy my requirements, I have to say. But it does work for some people. Did it work for you then?
No, I did it for about a week, but then I started feeling like I'm going to pass out because I was starving.
Yeah. Well, you think for a lot of people, a lot of those meal replacement diets, it's like you either have 1 shake a day or 2 shakes a day to replace 2 of your meals.
Yeah.
Your meal might be generally anywhere between like 400 and 600 calories. So if you're having, let's say, 3 meals at that, that's 1,800 calories. Those shakes will normally only be about 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're cutting 400 calories per meal away there. So that's 800 calories a day straight away.
Yeah.
As a female who might need to be eating 1,800 calories to lose body fat, that's nearly half your daily allowance.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise. People always talk about how they suffer with like headaches, stomach cramps, just like feeling really fatigued, irritable, because obviously you're really, really hungry.
Yeah, people losing their hair, like you say. It's not good in the long term, is it?
No. I'm starving.
So
What would you say is like the biggest thing that you struggle with? Like if you were to pick like one obstacle to looking the way you want and eating the way you want, what would you say it is?
Like the thing that holds me back the most?
Yeah.
Chocolate. Do you mean like that? Like, yeah, chocolate 100%.
That's what you'll overeat on?
Oh, yeah.
Biggest time. Okay.
Chocolate milk, chocolate.
Anything related to chocolate.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it's like Phil said, you don't have to remove chocolate to become healthy. It's just a case of like moderation, that awful word, isn't it?
Like, do you feel that if chocolate was included as part of your nutrition, that you'd be able to stick to it, or do you think the chocolate would act as a trigger and you'd like potentially overeat on it?
No, I don't think I'd overeat. Like, I just get random cravings. Like, we'll be laid in bed at 10 o'clock at night, and I'll be like, Nave, go to the shop, I need some chocolate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he'll get like a big bar, and I won't eat all that.
Yeah.
But I'll eat like a quarter, and then that'll last a bit. Like, then me and Mason will snack on it throughout the day. Like, I do eat fruit and vegetables. Like, I absolutely love them, but chocolate is my biggest weakness.
Your biggest weakness,
100%.
So do you think, like Phil said, you maybe could just moderate it, put it into your diet in a small amount, and be able to stick to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what we're trying to sort of educate people on, that you don't have to
You don't have to
all that
adopt
stuff.
like an all or nothing approach.
No.
Yeah.
It's just like you don't have to cut out everything you enjoy eating out of your I hate the word diet, so out of your nutrition for it to work. Like, if you want to eat chocolate, enjoy the odd takeaway, enjoy a few drinks. You can do, but like everything else, it's got to be under certain sort of like structure. It's got to meet certain criteria. It's got to be within a certain sort of boundaries for it to be successful. But it can be done really easily. A lot easier than what people think.
A lot easier, yeah. I mean, how much do you understand about the nutrition side of things? Do you understand why a lot of diets work, or is it just a case of you're just like picking the latest fad, or do you understand the principle behind a lot of them? What's your nutrition knowledge like, would you say?
See, like, I understand Slimming World.
Yeah.
Because how they, like, structure it all, so, like, you've got your sins, you've got your speeds.
Right.
And, like, all that, and then, like, I understand Slimming World, and you've got, like, your healthy A and your healthy B.
Yeah, do you sort of get why Slimming World works for a lot of people?
Yeah.
Is it, what do you think, why do you think it works?
Because they've got, like my mum's got this plate, and it's got, like, you've got, like, half is, like, your veg and your speed food, then you've got your carb, and then you've got your meat. And, like, my mum she does do it, fills half of her plate with, like, vegetables and speed food. So, like, I think it's the speed foods, and because you're not supposed to, like, take away your treats from Slimming World either, but you just got to include it in your sins.
So you're not restricting yourself to it. And it probably, the reason they all work is probably because overall with that, like you're saying, the plate system, you're reducing the amount of foods you would have eaten. So effectively, what we're trying to train people is you're reducing the number of calories, and that's what it comes down to in the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's calories in versus calories out. It's a very sort of basic equation.
But like, one of the things that they do there that sounds like it works really well is gives you an element of like portion control. I use that a lot with clients, because you do have some clients that don't want a calorie count. And I use like your hand as a thing. So like for females, it'd be like a fist-sized portion of vegetables with every meal. 1 cupped handful of carbs with every meal, and then about a palm-sized portion of protein. About the same thickness and about the same size. And one of the reasons why that works really well, it also includes like a thumb's worth of fats. One of the reasons that works really well is because obviously someone who's taller will generally have bigger hands, so they'll get a bigger portion. It sounds silly, but it works.
True,
Then someone who's really short has smaller hands, so they get smaller portions.
So you're getting the general gist that overall it's about tracking the amount you're eating, the calories, and that's why a lot of these diets do work, because they're making you look at what you eat for a change rather than just sort of piling it in.
And they give you structure as well. There's loads of reasons why like things like Slimming World work. They give you structure. They give you foods that you should eat more of, foods that you should eat less of.
And accountability, when you've got to go to the class and get weighed in front of people, is a massive one for people, isn't it?
I think the downside to Slimming World and Weight Watchers this applies to as well is if when you start, you've obviously got more weight to lose. Okay. And you progress along the chain, you'll get your first stone award or two, it depends how much you've got to lose. Then you get to a stage where it stops. Like, you get to a stage where everything just slows down, and it's like, what do you do then? Because you're following all the guidelines and all the structures that are within that approach, but then you're still not losing any more body fat. Why is that? And the reason is because it doesn't do anything to do with like calories or amounts of food, so to speak. Like, because when you get to that stage, you need to eat less. and there's no sort of education on that from either Slimming World or Weight Watchers.
No, not at all.
That's why we like to use like calorie counting along with like putting a bit of emphasis on like your macronutrients, so like your carbs, your fats, or the main one being your protein.
Yeah, do you understand what you get the protein. Some people don't get it. You say, well, what's a macronutrient? So you've got 3 carbs, fats and protein, like Phil said. So we do try and get people to, if they can't track calories, maybe tracking just something like protein. And have you ever done anything like that where you've tracked how much protein you eat in a day? Is that something? No,
I've never done that.
No, but I mean, in a way, you sort of were doing with Slimming World, because you're saying that on your plate, you're making sure you've got. So just in a crude way, they are doing a similar thing, aren't they? But I mean, for us, we generally try and get people to have like a calorie target that they try and stay below.
Yeah.
And that calorie target's usually, that's why we asked about your weight, is governed on your weight, isn't it?
Yeah.
So normally what we say, I don't know if that's something you feel like you could follow, maybe a calorie counting thing, or do you think that'd be too difficult for you?
No, yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, it does work. It does work. We use different ways of tracking, like Fitness Pal. Some people still use a sort of old-fashioned food diary and write it all down. It really just depends on the person, doesn't it?
Yeah, if we give you the principles that we use with our clients and you can follow them like you would do with Slimming World or Weight Watchers, you'll lose weight.
Definitely,
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, and that'll be without doing any exercise.
Yeah.
As well to start with.
Yeah, well, obviously we haven't even touched on that really yet, have we? But yeah, just the diet alone is the key to everything. Obviously, exercise-wise, you don't have to, it's like, again, it's all or nothing. You don't have to throw yourself in the gym and do 100 classes a week, because people do that. Yeah. It's a bit like trying to do the shake diet. You're suddenly having 200 calories and it's not enough.
No,
and you just can't sustain it. Same with the gym. They throw themselves in five nights a week, 6 nights a week, and they're just like absolutely knackered, can't sustain it.
Yeah.
So we'd probably say to you, maybe it's just, if you can't get to a gym, maybe just start counting your steps or doing something to up your activity. Do you have a step?
I've got one on my phone.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Keep your phone on you.
Yeah.
What I always say to people is like, see how many steps you just do on average.
Yeah.
If it's 2,000, for example, try and up it to 3,000, 4,000, just have somewhere where you're increasing your expenditure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A big thing for people when it comes to like the fitness side of it, the training side of it, is just find something that you enjoy.
Yeah, massive. Yeah.
That's a big one. Like if you enjoyed dancing in the past and you used to do things like that, there's nothing wrong with going to like a Zumba class.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to get your activity up. You're going to burn calories within the class, and it doesn't always have to be gym-based weight training or anything like that. It's just what works for that individual, and they can make fit within like their interests and what they enjoy and what they've got time for as well.
Again, any diet or exercise plan is going to be successful if it's sustainable and if you enjoy it. If you can stick with it for 6 months, a year, or for your life, it's easy, really. Yeah. I mean, and we'll make it sound easy, but it is. If you can enjoy what you're doing with your exercise and enjoy your diet, because you can still get chocolate in, it's perfect, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd be well happy.
Exactly. So I don't know. It really, I suppose, today it was just a case of outlining, like we're talking about calories, and maybe having a look at how you feel like from today you could improve upon the situation you're in now. Maybe just by starting to track calories and maybe adding some extra steps in. Really, it's down to you then to decide what you enjoy, what you would do. It's not for us to say, get to the gym and do this class, that class. It's up to you then to think, what would I actually like to do, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, do you have, you mentioned dancing, obviously that's something you'd like to get back into, or do you think it is going to be a case of just joining the gym?
Yeah, I think it'll just be, because like me and Lauren said, like, we'll go and we're just going to like go as and when we can.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. But I mean, from the point you're at now, where you're not doing anything, so even going once a week, that's going to make a huge difference. And just by starting to track your calories and seeing where you're at, is going to make a huge difference just by doing those small things. So yeah.
Have you got any questions for us?
I know, yeah, we've been like
bombarding you.
Yeah, I know.
So like, how will we find out like if I've lost any weight or like?
Right, now you did say you'd weighed yourself at your mum's, didn't you? But you said the scales are a bit dodgy.
Yeah,
So, there's a couple of ways. We can either, if you are thinking of joining the gym, we can do it at the gym. That's not a problem at all.
Yeah.
Or we just have to make sure we get you some scales.
It's not like weight is important.
Yeah, it's not the be all, is it?
It's not the be all and end all.
No.
I've said with some clients, especially like female ones, like focus on like how your clothes fit,
or
what
maybe
your
get
dress
some
size
photographs.
is.
Yeah.
Photographs are a really good option as well. Okay, so if you know that at the minute you are a size 14, whatever, and then you start to fit into size 12 clothes, it doesn't really matter what the scale says.
No, it doesn't.
Massively, because if you're fitting into clothes that are smaller, then you must have lost weight, body fat, and physically be smaller, which is what you're after.
Yeah. So in terms of pictures, we can do pictures for you and keep them on record, or you can just do them in the privacy of your own room and do pictures in your whatever you want to do. So either way, whatever you're comfortable with.
Pick the most unflattering pictures that you can.
Looking miserable.
Yeah, no, honestly, like in daylight, like
you have to.
in your skivvies sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like the absolute on the morning, first thing, the absolute worst you're ever gonna look.
Yeah.
Because when you see the change, it's just that
motivating.
much more motivating, and you're more appreciative of what your hard work's achieved.
Definitely. Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah, so
it's the ugliest photo of me ever.
Yeah, so we can if you come into the gym, we can do pictures and weight there. That's not a problem.
Measurements as well.
Yeah,
measurements work really well.
Measurements are very good. Yeah.
Like
circumference
measurements. It can be a bit hard to do them by yourself, like trying to measure your arms.
I've tried doing my own. It's
measure, but
difficult.
like if you just do your waist and your hips, that can just be a start.
Yep.
Waist, hips, maybe thighs as well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time, we especially with females, that's where they store the most body fat.
Yeah.
So that's where they want to lose it from.
Yeah.
And it's the easiest place for you to take your own measurements, because you can see your belly button, you can see your backside in the mirror or whatever, you can see top of your thighs.
And just make sure, you fellas, make sure you got the tape measure straight. Yeah, you can do
and
that.
And then just repeat them every
4
weeks.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, so you know that you're on track with your program. The thing about measurements is while weight might go down week on week on week, measurements don't always necessarily work like that. You sort of need like a bit more of a gap to see a more noticeable difference.
Yeah.
Like you might need a month to see an inch's difference around your stomach, for example. I'm not saying you definitely will need, but like it's always more noticeable when you give it a bit of time between the start and when you review it.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of if you are going to start tracking calories, whether you do it on FitnessPal or another app, it doesn't really matter. FitnessPal's great because it means we can get into it as well and look at it if we add you as a friend on there. What we'll probably do is we'll set your calories. What we usually say, isn't it, we take your weight in pounds, which I wrote down earlier because I know how much you weigh, and we'd usually say we'll go by about 13. Would you say to start with? Maybe that's a good ballpark figure, so we'll obviously put that together for you and send you that. And then if you can start tracking your calories, and let's just see how it goes. And maybe what we'll do is catch up with you again in, say, 4 weeks or something. We'll come, have another chat, see how you're getting on, see if there's anything we need to go through again. In the meantime, feel free to message either of us about anything that you're finding a challenge, or anything you're not sure about, or anything you'd like a little bit more help with, and we'll endeavour to do our best to obviously assist you with that. Because it can be a bit like, especially when you first start tracking calories, even though it's the best way of doing things, hard work, isn't it?
There's also a few pitfalls with it. So like loads of people are like put their activity in there. If you do it through your phone and you measure your steps, it might automatically say take 300-400 calories off a day for that, because the MyFitnessPal and your activity apps are sort of synced together. And that then, for some people, it'll say they think they've burnt 400 calories. They're like, I can eat 400 extra calories on top. Which is daft. Which you can't, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't know why FitnessPal is set up like that, because it's when you set your calories, we've already taken into account your activity levels. But then as soon as you do more activity, it just gives you more to eat. It's just an excuse to eat more. I don't really know why it does that, but it does. So we just remind people to unsync the Fitbits or whatever with the FitnessPal.
It's like giving people more money. What are they going to do with it? They're going to spend it.
Of course you are,
All right. The calories are like, think of it in terms of like your financial budget for month. Okay, this is what you can afford to spend a day. You spend any more than that, it's going to lead to problems. Alright, you spend less than that, you're going to have a little bit left over that you can enjoy with like whatever you want. You know what I mean? That's
exactly what it's like with calories, exactly the same. And it's in this interim as well, if you do manage to join the gym or get some activity in, even better. So that's what we're hoping. I mean, what I might do as well is maybe on the phone I'll set up a little WhatsApp group with us three, and then if you've got questions you can always ask us. We'll get your calories organised. Obviously your weight in pounds times 13 is a good start point.
I'll show you how to use MyFitnessPal.
Yeah, we can go through that with you. If you need us to do pictures and weight, we can do that. I'm trying to think of anything else. Usually with protein, now it's probably asking you to do a lot to start with, but with protein, we try and say hit maybe a gram of protein per pound of body weight.
Yeah.
So you might find that a struggle at first if you've not been tracking protein. It's a lot, isn't it? For a lot of time.
It's a big change for most people.
For a lot, it's a big change, isn't it?
It goes from like, so like for most people, like a typical breakfast might be cereal or toast.
Yeah.
Which has got very little protein in it.
Yeah.
And then lunch might be a sandwich, which might have a small amount of protein in it, and then at dinner will be like meat and vegetables.
That's where the protein
and that's
comes
where you
in.
get most of your protein.
Yeah.
But when you up your protein, every meal sort of needs to be more like your dinner than your breakfast. I'm not saying you need to eat like steak and veg for breakfast,
No.
alright, but you need to start getting in a similar amount of protein with that meal, which
meal.
means eating things like eggs, dairy, which people tend to just not.
No.
For
whatever reason, it's easier just
reason.
to get cereal out, isn't it? But is there any food you just hate? You're not a fussy eater?
No, not really.
No, that makes the job easier, definitely.
I just
You're a good
love
cook.
food.
You just love eating.
Yeah.
Don't we all? Yeah. So I think it sounds like from what you've told, it's just a case of reining in the portion size and the calories, isn't it?
Yeah.
For you, and maybe just starting to limit the chocolate a little bit, but not totally.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And just get your activity up a little bit. It really is as simple as that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Cut down the cream eggs.
Cut down the cream eggs. Don't take them away altogether.
Sounds really, really awful, alright? But if you had a dog that were overweight, what would you do with him?
Take him for a walk.
Right. And what else?
Make him stop eating.
Yeah, what we do as humans is we look for the latest fad diet or something fancy that you can adopt. No, if you had a fat dog, you feed it less and walk it more. It really is that.
You're not taking your dog to London Barrett to get a T-top.
No.
Or
whatever else. Slimming injections or, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, so it's very true. That's a good analogy.
Like, once you get your head round everything, it is really simple. Really simple.
Yeah.
It's just the difficult part comes in applying it.
Yeah.
Knowing what to do is the easiest bit. How to do it and keeping yourself like structured on track with it, that is the challenge.
Yes, it is.
Because you get into the best shape you've ever been in for your wedding, then you've got to maintain that.
Yeah.
So that has got to become your lifestyle for it to continue.
Yeah.
Definitely, and that's why it's important to find something you enjoy.
Yeah.
And you'll stick with it.
Yeah, because I adapted to Slimming World really good.
Good.
Because I'd been eating it anyway because of my mum. This is when I lived at home.
Yeah.
So then it would just go into the groups and what have you, but it's just trying to get time and depends what mood Mason's in. If I
exactly. You've got other things to think about now, other pressures, which you just need to work around, which you will.
Yeah.
I think working together will definitely be able to get you to where you want to be.
Yeah.
Alright, and make it work around like your obviously hectic life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem.
Definitely. Yeah, it's hard when you've got kids, dogs, things are going on all the time. It's and everyone's looking at you to sort everything out, aren't they? So you're just finding that bit of time for yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Which is hard. Sometimes you just got to be selfish and say, right, I want to do this. I need a bit of me time, and I'm sure your partner's pretty good like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll be able to help you out. But yeah, any other questions for us? We kept us talking again, didn't we?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy.
I think I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll just we'll round it up here, our little interview, and then we'll catch up with you guys again next time we speak to Minnie.
Yeah.
Which hopefully we'll have some lovely good news that she's doing well.
Hopefully.
I'm feeling
Hopefully,
positive.
don't be like that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I definitely will be really skinny next time you see me.
Well, if she's skinny in 4 weeks, well, you never know. But yeah, I think you'll definitely be on the right road. It'd be good to have a catch up. And I think that'll do us for today.